All right, an update here, because at least he was honest with her and said, I just want to let you know. You're always going to ride the bench. Mom's always the starter. And you're always going to be number 2 on the depth chart. At least he was honest. So she was going to sit him down and go, let's talk about your depth chart for just 1 second.
So she's engaged to be married, and she and her fiance were supposed to have dinner, but he called and canceled on her the last minute because his mom needed him. And we're like, oh, it's an emergency. No, she just didn't want to have dinner alone. And I'm like, oh, is she widowed? Is something like, no, her husband was just out of town on business or something. And like it sparked this conversation between the two of them, to which he said verbatim, my mom is always going to be my number 1. She's going to be my priority. And so that obviously upset her, and she's not cool with that. So she hit us up and wanted to know, all right, so am I the one that's in the wrong here? And we all had her back, and we're like, as the spouse, the both of you make each other a priority. It doesn't mean that you're lessening your other family. It just means that it's going to be a long, hard road of marriage if you don't make each other a priority.
And no, I think you even said this last week also. You're about as close to a mom as anybody I know. Mm-hmm. And you even know, like, once you get married, mom's number 2.
Yeah, I mean, me and my mom are super close. She's my rock, always has been. And like I said, in the beginning, I can see how maybe you meet someone new and they got to earn that. But once you get to fiance and wife, there's no question here. No, she becomes number 1.
So Cassie has the email.
Hey, Bert Show. I know you recommended that I talk to my fiance. I didn't do that. I decided to go a different way. I went to his mom.
Oh,
that is bold.
Yeah, this one's done.
I invited her out for lunch, just the two of us. About halfway through lunch, I mustered up the courage to ask her if she thought her son was a mama's boy. She seemed taken aback by my question.
That is a loaded question.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you are absolutely saying that your kid is a mama's boy by asking the question.
And also, there's just a negative connotation that comes with mama's boy.
I hate that.
Like
too.
that's, yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I want Jimmy to be a mama's boy. That doesn't mean that you can't still have healthy boundaries.
Right.
But I want us to be able to have like this beautiful relationship and this loving relationship. But so many people, like you ask hold on a second. If the woman that my son is going to marry has lunch with me and then has asked me if I think my son is a mama's boy, that conversation is not going to go well.
It's going to be pretty.
So she seemed taken aback by my question, but she did admit, though, that he has always been a mama's boy, and since she was alone, he had become extra protective. I asked her if she ever felt he was being overprotective.
Oh, God, she's just doubling down here.
She said no. And then she asked me why I was asking these questions. I told her because he told me that she would always come first. She thought it was admirable that a son loves his mom so much.
Of course. What's she going to do? Go, you know what? I'm going to talk to him about that.
Hey, how dare he put me first?
She could tell I didn't agree, and things started to get cold at that table. I made it through the lunch and we said our goodbyes. 30 minutes after the lunch, my phone rang.
Well, duh. Don't you think a mama's boy is going to have his mama call him as soon as the fiance accuses him of being a mama's boy?
Mm-hmm. It was my fiance, and he was furious. He said I went behind his back to his mom, which I did. I tried calming him down, but it was no use. He told me that if I couldn't handle his relationship with his mom, it was no need to continue our relationship. So we broke up.
Wow.
Maybe there's a woman out there for him. I just need to stay away from the mama's boys. Thanks, Grace.
Ooh, well,
I saw that one coming.
Did you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't corner my mom like that, and then I have to find out from my mom. Yeah, no, that would have been the end of it. But maybe this is better for her, because obviously she was never going to be number 1 in his life anyway.
I think she's self-sabotaged. There's no way you go into that plan not thinking that it's going to blow up in your face.
Absolutely.
You ask a mom if she thinks her son is a mama's boy. She had a death wish. She went into that lunch with a friggin' death wish.
I wonder if there's anybody listening, maybe we have a couple seconds to do this, that you're okay with being number 2.
I would be.
Yeah?
Absolutely. I'm here to tell you right now, yes, I want my son and I to have this fantastic relationship. But in my marriage, whoever my son marries, I want him to make her number 1. She deserves to be number one. She's supposed to be number one. That doesn't mean he's going to forget about me and I'm never going to see him or talk to him again. If you build up a healthy relationship with your child, you don't have to worry about stuff like that.
So you would be okay with being number 2 as a mom, but not as a wife or a girlfriend?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Oh, that's what you're asking?
Yeah.
No, Bart, he knows which bitch is number one in his life.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched, you can get more of The Bert Show on your favorite podcast platform. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can find us. I don't know what any of these buttons do, by the way.